Hi kids, I'm Storytime Pup, and welcome to the Storytime Pup Show. I'm so glad you came by to play. I love when my friends come by to play, and you're one of my friends. Are you ready to have fun? Let's see what we're going to do today. Magic marker, show us what we're going to do today. Yay! It's storybook time! We love storybook time! Today I'm going to be reading The Magic Word by Sherrill Cannon. This book has a nice lesson in it, so pay attention. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Elisabeth Keys was really quite rude. She pushed into lines and she gobbled her food. She never said thank you, excuse me, or please. She made fun of people. She'd argue and tease. She took what she wanted whenever she could. Elisabeth's manners were not very good. She wouldn't share storybooks, puzzles, or toys, so no one would play with her, not girls nor boys. When time for her birthday came, Mrs. Keys asked, "Would you like a big party with all of your class? We'll send invitations to all whom you know. We'll have cake and ice cream and go to a show. You'll get lots of presents and have lots of fun. I wonder how many will actually come." They all got the cards in the mail right away. Elisabeth checked the mail day after day. The mailman came daily, but nothing arrived. No phone calls accepting. No one replied. Elisabeth thought as tears started to fall, no one is coming. No one at all. Mrs. Keys said to her, "Elisabeth, dear, your manners have cost all your friendships, I fear. It's time to begin to change how you behave. You must learn to give so much more than you gave. From now on, whatever you ask me to do, you'll have to say please and also thank you. If you want to make friends, you must be polite and treat them the way you know you would like. I think you'll find out you'll be happier too if you think more of others and less about you." Elisabeth thought. Then she said to her mom, "Tell me whenever you think I am wrong." "What is the magic word?" asked Mrs. Keys, and Elisabeth had to say, "Please." She went back to school the very next day. When she got to the schoolyard, she went out to play. She saw all her classmates standing in line for their turn on the monkey bars where they would climb. Instead of just pushing her way to the front, Elisabeth waited in line for her stunt. "Let me play too," Elisabeth said. Then the thought of her mother's words went through her head. "What is the magic word?" asked Mrs. Keys. And Elisabeth quickly said, "Please." The children just stopped and then turned to stare at Elisabeth Keys standing patiently there. Said one, "Could that be Elisabeth Keys? Did you hear what she said? Did she really say please?" Another one said, "Sure, why not? Join the fun." And when she said thank you, the whole class was stunned. All day Elisabeth really tried hard to say please and thank you, not just in the yard, but in her classroom and in the lunch line. She said please and thank you, time after time. She tried to do just what her mother had said, to give more to others, to be thoughtful instead. She tried to find nice things to say, make amends, in hopes that perhaps they could someday be friends. To compliment others was fun, she found out. She thought, this is what Mom was talking about. She found that to share was a whole lot more fun, that 2 or 3 was so much better than 1. She wanted to show her whole class she had changed, that her manners were good and her life rearranged. "Come to my party," Elisabeth said. Then thoughts of her mother's words went through her head. "What's the magic word?" asked Mrs. Keys. And little Elisabeth loudly said, "Please." Elisabeth went home very tired that day. It was hard to please others, to try things their way. But she knew she was happier now, for at last she felt like she was finally a part of her class. Her mother just smiled as she opened the door. "I've had 20 phone calls. There goes one more." Elisabeth answered the phone as it rang. She listened and smiled, hung it up, and then sang. "That was my teacher. She said she'd come too." That's all of my class, and with me, 22! She ran to her mother and said with a grin, "You were right, and I thank you for cluing me in." "I think they now like me," she said with a shrug. "I use my good manners. Now give me a hug." "What is the magic word?" asked Mrs. Keys. And little Elisabeth softly said, "Please." There's a magic word to use when you're in need. So give a smile and shout it out. The magic word is please. There are some other words that bring a magic touch. When someone does nice things for you, say thank you very much. The end. Wasn't that a nice book? Elisabeth learned the importance of saying please and say thank you. The magic words. Don't you forget those magic words, and make sure you always say please and always say thank you. You'll feel happier, and so will the people around you. A great big thank you to Sherrill Cannon and the Kalpart team for that great book. You can read more about Sherrill Cannon and her books by looking in the description below. Wasn't that great? I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click on the thumbs up button below. Moms, dads, and adults, please leave your and your children's comments below. This way we know what shows you like, so we can make more of them. There's one more thing that we always do at the end of every show. Magic glasses. Magic glasses lets me see some of my friends who came to play. Maybe I'll see you today. Magic glasses, that's the way. Show me my friends who came to play. Okay, now everyone smile and wave and let me see if I see you. Well, I see Bobby, and there's Sienna, and Paul. Hi, Michael. Well, there's Summer and Casey. I see Betsy and Garrett. There's Lois, Lily Mae, and Julia. Well, there's Marcus and PJ and Flora and Ava. I see a lot of my friends waving at me. Did I see you today? If not, maybe I'll see you next time. Make sure you check back soon, because we'll be adding a bunch of new shows every week. Make sure you have an adult. Click on the subscribe button right here. That way you won't miss any of the fun. Moms and dads, make sure you visit the Storytime Pup website to sign up for our great free giveaways. We have giveaways for books, CDs, DVDs, t-shirts, and other great stuff. Sign up just once, and you'll have a chance for all the drawings to come. And kids, don't forget to tell your friends about Storytime Pup. And before I go, here's a great big hug for all my friends. Thanks for stopping by to play. I'll see you real soon. Bye now. Fun's not over yet, kids. Click below for more fun videos. There's children's books, Let's Pretend, and games. And don't forget to subscribe by clicking right here.